Boozing with gays.
You know you have to play it again. Well, hey there. Hi there. Ho there.
That's a you thing. Ho there.
Play it again, Sam.
Boozing with gays.
Thursday night.
Baby. Here we are on a Thursday night again.
Here we are on a Thursday night.
I gotta tell you, I miss Friday nights. But Thursday nights are just as good.
Although we've been getting a lot of positive feedback that we should keep Thursday nights.
I heard that. I heard about that. It's craziness.
What y'all think? Keep it on Thursday or keep it on Friday? Go back to whatever. I don't know. My words.
Hey,
my
Patrick.
words.
Hey, Rita Love. Okay. I don't know why I'm taking a sip of drink without you, boo. Hold on. Okay.
What are we making today? What is
so
this?
Tonight, I drink on Boozing with Gays with my husband, Hutch Foster.
And this is my husband talking, Michael Shepard. I didn't pick up on that.
You forgot for just a second. That's okay.
What's his
name?
It
happened. Hey, cousin Cheryl Charleston. Hey, Bethany. Bay, line producer, love her to death. So tonight we are going old school, y'all. We dreamt way big.
Yeah.
And we did the Harvey Wallbanger.
The Harvey Wallbanger.
Harvey Wallbanger. Cheers. Let's see what this is.
Doesn't it sound like a Bewitched drink?
Durwood.
I like that. I really do like that.
It's so funny because when we said we were going to do the Harvey Wallbanger, all these bartenders goes, who the hell has Galliano in there?
Show that.
Who the hell has Galliano in their liquor cabinet? Gays. Gays got Galliano. If anybody needs Galliano, we got some Galliano.
You only need a smidge.
Hey, Fiona.
You only need a smidge.
Hey, Taryn. All right, you only need just a little bit.
So it's basically. What did you say? It's
almost licorice.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
it has over 30 herbs and spices.
I wonder what they are.
It's like, well, what is that? What was that? Ranch dressing? What was that? 7 C's. Oh, is that 7 C's ranch dressing with over 30 herbs and spices?
I think that's Dr. Pepper.
No, it was like, somebody help me out. There was a thing. There was a food thing that had 30 herbs and spices. Hey, Barbara Haas. Yes, Barbara Haas, that was me.
I'm sorry. My mind is totally great. What is vodka and orange juice? That is a
screwdriver.
You said it's a screwdriver with Galliano. Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. I couldn't think of the word screwdriver.
And we put a little cherry in there and a little
orangey, little cherry,
a little. Oh, my orange left, but there's the cherry.
Cheryl says, where's the vodka? One wonders.
Honey in the drink.
Daily we ask this question. Michael.
Where's the vodka?
Where's the vodka?
All right, so, hey, yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
We have, we have a
lot to talk about. It has been what?
I don't have it. I'm there.
I'm
at a totally different place.
It has been a fair use.
Fair use.
Excerpts of copyrighted material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research without the need for permission from or payment to the copyright holder.
And there was that.
There we go. Now
I'm gonna put a photograph up just right off the bat. Bam. Oh. What? What is this?
Who that?
A Midsummer Night's Dream starring whom? Michael A.
Directed by James Fowler at the Open Fist Theater. So yes, that is me. I am playing what looks like a very tortured bottle.
I think you're doing Chekhov in that photograph. It's very dark.
Is that crazy?
It's very Ibsen, very Chekhov. Very like...
It's like, this is, I'm going to tell y'all this. If you come see it, it is unlike any Shakespeare you've ever seen before. Any Shakespeare you've ever seen before.
No. Anyway, so you're doing it at the Open...
We're doing it at the Open Fist Theater. It is set in, as opposed to Athens, it is set in Athens, Georgia.
Oh, see what they did.
It's set in Athens,
see what
Georgia.
They did. Clever people doing clever things.
And when I tell you... Hey, Mark
Clever.
When I tell you that it's black, super black, blackity black, is black. And I get to play bottom, as you know, is the clown, the fool of the piece.
Yes.
Playing
bottom at the Open Fist.
But I will tell you this.
This
bottom ain't the fool y'all thought he was.
Uh-oh. See, that's a twist right there. You know I like a good twist.
And he's also not the magical Negro. But he is magical, but not that kind of Negro. So if you want to come see it, go to openfist.org.
So much
get some
information. I don't even know when we're saying. So we're either seeing it this weekend.
We just opened.
Possibly next weekend.
The reviews have been sort of just out of this world with the reviews. It's like we had like 9 reviews so far, and they've all been like, "Go see it, go see it, go see it."
And they've also said, "What about
some
you?"
Pretty good things about me.
Some very good.
My favorite thing, though, hey Banks, my favorite thing they said about me: Michael Shepard comes in and steals every scene, but allows the other actors to shine.
You're so generous.
I'm a generous actor.
You steal, yet you allow.
I allow. But I push them forward, so when my stealing and the police come, they get arrested. This is a good drink.
Okay, first image. This is your story. Ready? There we go.
So.
Oh, I got to get rid of Open Fist.
Do you, though?
Do I?
So, this week, today, we lost 2 amazing actors, Mr. James Caan and Mr. Gregory Itzin. Now, I never knew James Caan or worked with James Caan, but I've only heard these amazing stories about the man, and I loved his work in For the Boys with Miss Bette Midler, who we will be talking about later.
You know what I think of when I think of James Caan?
Sonny?
Misery.
Misery.
Total misery.
I was going to say
All
Jessica Chastain.
misery.
What's her name?
Because Kathy Bates was able to do what Kathy Bates did because James Caan was such an anchor for that film.
Hey, Peter.
Because you saw the film through his eyes. Misery was all about,
And then I got to meet and speak with Gregory Itzin a few years ago. He was doing a play called Cock.
That is the one I saw.
We saw. And he couldn't have been lovelier and wonderful. And we lost 2 great acting giants, really. Because Gregory Itzin baby, if you didn't see him at 24.
When he was the president.
He was
nominated. I believe he was nominated for an Emmy for
I'm surprised he didn't win because he was so good.
He was awesome.
So good.
And Jean Smart was his wife.
Yep. So we wish them well
good
on their
actors.
next journey.
We like good actors.
We applaud you and wish you well on your next journey.
You know what else we like?
What do we like?
We like Barbie dolls.
Okay. Everybody look at this. Everybody take a look at this. This is Miss Barbie, right?
It's not Miss Barbie.
Hey, Samuel. This is Miss Barbie. But she's supposed to be giving homage to David Bowie.
To David Bowie.
So you can see on the bottom there it says Bowie. All right.
Now this is from his Life on Mars album, which was 50 years ago. So it's commemorating an album. First of all, can we just stop and go, this was 50 years ago? That really that ages one, doesn't it? Do you want me to do the next picture?
So this is their homage, but...
Am I doing this?
Yeah, you're doing it.
So there's the Barbie and there's David Bowie in the video.
Yo. Hey, Ushik. Yo.
I like the mullet.
Yo. Look at David Bowie, who would be on your right. Look at Barbie's mug. What's up with that? She has a mullet. She's wearing a business attire from the 1980s. That, she has a pair of tennis shoes in her purse on the way to the office.
He wore the powder blue suit. That is what he was wearing in the video.
She looks like, what's her name from Working Girl?
Melanie Griffith.
Not Melanie Griffith.
Oh, you're talking about Joan Cusack.
Joan Cusack. She looks like Joan Cusack.
Has such humongous hair than that.
How does she look like Joan Cusack?
My big thing is that's not a man's face that has female makeup. No, I know I'm going to get into trouble. By the way, I have a thought here. If anyone wants to comment on my missaying things, you may, because I am still learning. But it does look like a typical female Barbie face that they painted David Bowie's makeup job on.
Painted? Honey, they threw that makeup on her because she had someplace to go quickly. Apparently. All right.
This is what I got. Looks more like Miranda in Sex and the City.
Hey, Melanie Ray. Oh, my God. So good to have you
Also, I'll
here.
tell you this. The David Bowie doll is like $80, $90, depending on where you go online. It's crazy-ass expensive. I think I'm passing.
Yeah, we're good with this.
We're not getting the.
We're good with this one.
But I'm fascinated with it.
I know,
but I will say this about Mattel and Barbie. with the climate as it is, and with Republicans speaking out at every least little thing, I love that they are honoring a man that did put on women's makeup at times, that did express himself sexually, and had kind of bend. For his time period, he was a gender bender,
Baby,
right? He was like the one that went, you know,
I'm going to tell a little secret.
I'll wear pearls.
I'm going to tell a little secret.
Wear makeup.
I'm going to tell a little secret. Can I tell a secret? Here's the thing. When Michael Jackson died, I was very upset. I was, you know, it affected me because I grew up on that legacy.
Yes.
When Bowie died, I went and cried because Bowie represented this mashup of male and female and non-binary and just gender non-specific that was so beautiful and so
before the words
lovely.
Before the words
and
were there.
It gave you this sort of like, here you go, I can do whatever I want because Mr. Bowie said so. And then of course everyone's heard my best friend with Iman for a week story. It happened
for 1 week.
1 week.
Do you have her phone number? Can we call her now?
I have pictures of us together, but 1 week.
You didn't keep good records. You got to have phone numbers,
I wish
receipts.
I would have.
Let's call him on.
So I do want to talk about something else real quick.
Yeah.
Because our friend Jason is here with us right now. Hey, Jason. So we, for whatever reason, we don't get...
Are we saying we, O-U-I, no. French we?
We? No, so the two of us,
bien sûr,
we have a lot of gatherings at our home. People like coming here. I like to cook. I love to entertain.
We're just going back into gatherings at our home.
Yes.
Our first gathering was a super spreader. We got gun shy.
But we went and we got invited by Jason, his wonderful husband, Dwayne, and their 2 kids to their house for July 4th. And it was so nice. It was so nice.
It was really nice.
To like be invited by...
I want their pool in my backyard.
Happy birthday, Consuelo Allen.
I want their pool in my backyard.
Yeah. But it was lovely. I just want to say thank you for that.
As Bethany said, super spreader.
No, not anymore. We're not doing that no more.
No, I don't. I think we got this. So we did a Memorial Day weekend party, super spreader, and then now we did the July 4th party, and I think we're good. What do we got to do?
No. But we have a lot of new gay couple friends, and we're so excited because we're going to go out and just drink.
We're gonna
2 shots in my cup.
Mm-hmm. And also, I learned one thing: you are not the only black dad of white children. I thought you were the only one.
All these black dads.
I thought you were it. And no.
I was the first.
Seal was the first. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen those children.
Baby, I was the first black man with a white... No, I ain't going to do that. All right, come on. Let's move on. So we're getting close to the Emmy nominations here in Los Angeles, California. And
we get excited.
About things like that.
Well, probably me more than you because I watch much more TV than you. I probably have watched the shows.
Exactly.
And you kind of know of the shows.
Yes, I know because I don't watch as much.
But we did get the Hollywood Critics Association 2022
and today. It's if you go online and
is probably going to be
what are the Hollywood Critics Association nominations for 2022? There are 5,000 nominations.
Everyone's nominated.
Every single person on TV is nominated.
So close.
It was like everybody on TV was nominated, but I want to shout out to some friends of mine.
Excuse you.
My friend.
Ours. Did you hear that? Ours. Then you went to mine.
Our friend.
Our house. Our children. Our
house is in the
middle of the street. Our house. Are we singing different songs?
I don't know that song. Is that the Beatles song?
No.
Who sings that song?
Couldn't tell you.
Who sings that song, y'all? Our house.
I don't remember.
It was in a commercial. I remember that. That's how I know it. So anyway, I just want to give a shout out to some, to some friends of mine who got nominated for this.
Some of these are my friends.
They are your friends too. But my friend Danielle Pinnock for Ghost.
Once again,
our friend David Diggs for Snow Digger.
Snowpiercer.
Snow Digger.
Once again, show I have seen. He has not.
Crosby, Stills and Nash sang that song. Our house. Quinta Brunson for Abbott Elementary, and also
which is awesome because she created the show, which is awesome. And I always love when people create shows and then are successful and then star in them all sorts of. Writer, actor,
my super homegirl.
Yeah, there we go.
Now that's my homegirl, Miss Shirley Ralph.
I met her as well.
Yes, you have. But I've worked with her. I just want to say shout out to all y'all getting all of this. and make it happen. Make it happen here in the Los Angeles, child. Get your coin, girls. Get your coins. I just realized all I did was name black people that I knew.
And that's what you like doing. And I totally agree. The thing is, I support it. It's not like I don't support it. The only thing I would say, This Is Us got the most nominations, followed by Succession. And I believe the Emmy Award nominations, when they come out next week, it's going to be This Is Us and Succession. I think it's going to follow suit.
It's warm here.
We will see. And White Lotus got a bunch of awards, too. Nominations.
And, yeah, I didn't see any of those.
I stopped watching. I didn't like White. Who likes White Lotus? I watched 2 episodes.
David C. Nichols, I'm sure you liked it.
Can't do it. I don't know what I couldn't even tell you in this moment what it was, but it wasn't my cup of tea. I think this is awesome. I'm going to say a quick bit of news and go
pitch of news,
and then go straight to the fun. So Boris Johnson resigns in the UK as Prime Minister. And as is the want of all of us, there were protests, or there were probably a lot of people were thrilled, whatever. And Hugh Jackman, Hugh Grant, wrong Hugh. Hugh Grant texted this tweet. I can't even say tweeted this tweet. He said, "Morning," and he's talking to a person. Glad you have your speakers back. Do you, by any chance, have Benny Hill music to hand? I don't know the phrase to hand. On hand, I would know. To hand is whatever. But this was to activist Stephen Bray. All those numbers was him. And Stephen Bray did have Benny Hill music. And so all the news reports in England that were standing outside trying to be so serious, giving the news of Boris Johnson resigning.
And all the people talking about who should replace him.
This is what all the newscasts sounded like.
A couple of things. Firstly, we need to make sure that we keep the basic functions of government going. That's really important. There are, for example, no ministers in DfE at the moment. That needs to be sorted out. Secondly, I think we need to try and select a new leader as quickly as we reasonably can.
And I have to give props to this Sky News anchor. I do not know his name. He was trying so hard not to break or not to say shut the fuck up.
Yo.
He was trying so hard to get his information across.
I played the Benny Hill music.
It was in the background. I laughed. So Hugh Grant, if you ever watch our show,
sleep with us.
That's not what I wanted to say.
That's what I wanted to say.
That is what I wanted to say. I don't know.
And we'll play that music while we're having sex. Ooh. Wow. That's so funny to me. That's so funny. I love that. I just love it. Oh, my God. Oh, someone just showed up I wanted to say hi to. Linda Sterling Gray. Honey, I send you all the love and the joy and wonderment. Mwah. And tell your husband I say hi.
Okay.
There we go.
This is jumping in. We're just going from one thing to the other. There's no logic. There's no segue. Gavin Newsom has an ad. In Florida.
It's Independence Day, so let's talk about what's going on in America. Freedom, it's under attack in your state. Your Republican leaders, they're banning books, making it harder to vote, restricting speech in classrooms, even criminalizing women and doctors. I urge all of you living in Florida to join the fight, or join us in California, where we still believe in freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom to choose, freedom from hate, and the freedom to love. Don't let them take your freedom.
Paid for by Newsom for California Governor 2022.
I totally want to know all your reactions to that, because I thought to myself, if some governor from some other state put an ad on my television set, I'd probably be pissed off. And he's not getting good marks for it. This is the first time you've seen it, right?
First of all, can we just admit that Gavin, what is up? Is the moon is up? Because Gavin Newsom is just a good-looking man. And you put Gavin Newsom up against any of those Florida politicians, I'm going with Gavin Newsom.
His voice didn't sound as raspy. I think he's been doing vocal exercises.
I don't know.
It wasn't as raspy as it normally is.
He didn't have that vocal fry. But
I don't know. Bethany gives a good. So it's been met negatively, but what is it? A bid for the president? What do we think?
They say he's not running for the president. They say he's not running.
They always say that, and then they go, at the nth hour, they go, oh, by the way.
Well, I'm like, hey, Tracy Webster-Cooley.
What did you think? I thought it was a bit hokey. I wish it was more that maybe they're playing to a certain audience. I have no idea.
Here's the deal. I said earlier, we went to a July 4th party, but it was hard to celebrate. It's hard to celebrate.
Consuelo gets the last word. Your governor's not Greg Abbott. I'm fine, but it's true. Now, if Greg Abbott did an ad in California, I'd be pissed off. Well, DeSantis doing an ad. Oh, never mind. Anyway, I just thought it was a weird,
Honey, don't give him nothing.
bizarre. So we need to move to the shootings, specifically Highland Park. Now, this is Chicago area. This is your neck of the woods.
I want to say this because it is about 30 minutes outside of Chicago, where Highland Park, and we send our love to everyone there because that was a horrific event with this gentleman whose name I don't even want to say his name because he doesn't deserve to have his name said. And it was a horrific event. But I want to make a quick distinction. Highland Park is not Chicago. Highland Park is an affluent white neighborhood 30 minutes outside of Chicago.
Is it suburbia?
So it's suburban, pure suburban. Yeah. And for people to use this as an excuse for violence in Chicago, where there is violence here, absolutely. But they're taking this and using it against people of color again. I mean, you're hearing right-wing pundits say, well, you're not doing anything because it's all these colored people. They're not saying colored out loud.
It's their inner monologue.
It's their inner monologue, though. Yeah. So, I just want to point that out, that was... And then people start losing their...
You know what? I never thought of what it means to you, because it is probably more personal for you when it hits. Because Chicago means something to you. Chicago, that part of your life, living there, that is a home of yours.
Well, it's where I met Sean Heron and where I fell in love with Sean Heron.
Well, there we go. That says it all.
And Consuelo, Melody Ray, there's so many Chicago people here right now. Banks. My sister Banks. So
I'm drinking this drink very quickly.
I know. That's why I have ice and juice. I have all the big fixings right here.
Right here.
They're right here next to me.
I don't mean to take away from
so I just want to say, look, Chicago gets a bad rap, and sometimes deservedly so, but this is not Chicago. This is
one of the bad raps, the things you always hear about Chicago, Banks actually said it in one of her texts, is that, Chicago actually has decent gun laws. But the guns come in through
from Indiana.
From Indiana, yes. So something to think about. I have this isn't necessarily what McConnell said, mind you, but this is what is quoted. So, I quote: "We've got to figure out some ways to identify these troubled young men. It's very complicated because after every one of these shootings, there are people who say, 'Oh, I thought he was pretty strange. I wish I notified someone about it.'" So McConnell evidently actually said this. And the thing is, members of his family tried to turn this guy in. This is where we have the problem. Members of his family said, no, he is a disturbed Jew. Members of his family said he collected knives, or he did this, he did that. This guy who you don't want to name, he already had issues. And because our country is our country, they couldn't do anything. He was okayed because he had help from his father to actually get the gun that he legally purchased. So it isn't the young man. The young man is the young man. The family reported the young man. The society, the police said, well, there's nothing we can do. Now it goes back to Congress. So I'm sorry, or the Senate. Mitch McConnell, it's back in your court. You can't defer it. You can't say, well, it's out of my hands. I can't do anything. I wish I had that music right on the thing. But anyway, that drove me crazy reading it, and then to hearing the backlash from it. I said, the people that are on Mitch McConnell for saying that very thing are absolutely right. They're 100% right. You can't go, well, I wish someone reported him. They did.
One thing. Can I say something?
Yes, go.
We have to stop saying that this is a mental illness. We have to stop saying it's a mental illness.
So Terrence said something which I think is interesting. I hope they prosecute his dad, too.
True that.
Well, yes, because other members of the family were the ones who complained, and the dad goes, hey, I'll get him a gun. Well, that's mine. I got it. Put it on my list. That's...
It's not mental illness.
Oh, you gave me a new drink.
I did.
It's magic.
It's not mental illness. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. As someone with a mental illness, stop saying that.
One page done. Okay,
I have never, ever, ever once shot somebody.
And you have mental illness. Is that what you're saying? Are you copping to
your mental illness? If you're saying that I always cop.
So Tucker Carlson had some words.
Would you sell a gun to that guy? Does he seem like a nutcase? Of course he does. So why didn't anyone raise an alarm? Well, Maybe because he didn't stand out. Maybe because there are a lot of young men in America who suddenly look and act a lot like this guy. It's not an attack, it's just true. Like Cremo, they inhabit a solitary fantasy world of social media, porn, and video games. They're high on government-endorsed weed. Smoke some more, it's good for you. They're numbed by the endless psychotropic drugs that are handed out in every school in the country by crackpots posing as counselors. And of course, they're angry. They know that their lives will not be better than their parents. They'll be worse. That's all but guaranteed. They know that. They're not that stupid. And yet the authorities in their lives, mostly women, never stops lecturing them about their so-called privilege. You're male, you're privileged. Imagine that. Try to imagine an unhealthier, unhappier life than that. So a lot of young men in America are going nuts. Are you surprised?
So which is it? Is it the porn? Is the psychotropic drugs that are handed out like jelly beans at school? Or is just jump to the women? Is it mom's fault? Constantly. Constantly. I want to say this to anyone who watches Tucker Carlson. Why? 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 Women specifically. Why? Why watch him if he's going to blame you for the death in America? Why? Thoughts?
He uses the word crackpot very specifically. Look, Okay, look, y'all.
I have to say, when I heard this, wait, I didn't understand the logic there. I think what he's saying is that the counselors are suggesting.
Who's it? Alleged counselors or
yeah, I don't know.
The
thing is, to even go through and nitpick and look at specifically what he said and said, well, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't, because he just says shit. It doesn't. But the problem is, the shit he says is landing on his audience. That's the issue that I don't like. I like what Melody Ray says. I never got any. You were in the wrong line.
I have to say this. Can I say something?
Yes.
I'm a little darker tonight. My skin tone.
We're doing that again.
Oh, I know. I keep doing that because I need to have this done.
You have to stop talking about it.
All right, I'll stop talking about it.
Marjorie. I know. I'm doing it. I'm just doing it.
All right. Can I say something real quick? My husband does stuff because he puts this show together. Whatever you just did, I got brighter. That was weird. I got brighter.
It's magic.
But he puts the show together, and sometimes he puts things on here I've not seen yet. So
why don't you just watch it?
Okay, let's see something.
It's not long, Marjorie. But why would you need a lot of Marjorie Taylor Greene? A little bit goes way too long.
2 shootings on July 4th, one in a rich white neighborhood, and the other at a fireworks display. It almost sounds like it's designed to persuade Republicans to go along with more gun control. I mean, after all, remember, we didn't see that happen at all the pride parades in the month of June, but as soon as we hit MAGA month, as soon as we hit the month that we're all celebrating, loving our country, we have shootings on July 4th.
First of all, what the fuck is MAGA month? What the fuck is MAGA month? Second of all, let's talk about queer shootings. Let's talk about Florida. Let's talk about one of the worst mass shootings ever in the history of this fucking country. Let's talk about that, where there were queers who were just dead.
Are you talking about the
more than 50 gay, lesbian, trans folks were dead because
you're talking about Pulse nightclub.
Yes, Pulse nightclub in Florida. So, Heffa, there have been shootings. By who again? Someone they wanted to say was, I don't know, mentally ill. He was not. Hate is not a mental illness.
The thing that she did not quite like parse out in her own mind was she kind of said, well, there have been shootings on MAGA Day, right? Which I guess she's saying is July 4th. It's almost like they want to promote gun. So are you saying that the Democrats are responsible for this man shooting up Highland Park? I mean, which is illogical. I mean, it's this guy is
everything that
there's nothing. Once again, this is all feeling. I feel this. I believe this. It could be. And actually, one thing she says after this, and I didn't include it, she goes, "Could be a conspiracy theory." I wish I just tacked that on at the end. I'm like, well, yeah, it is. You're just speeding. Once again, word salad. Someone posted earlier. It's these people. We got one more. We have to just do it and get it out of our system. We got 3. 1, 2, 3. This is not necessarily directly related to Highland Park. It is a Republican talk about guns. This is Debbie Lesko. Listen closely. Debbie Lesko from the great state of Arizona.
I rise in opposition to H.R. 2377. I have 5 grandchildren. I would do anything to protect my 5 grandchildren, including, as a last resort, shooting them if I had to protect the lives of my
I'm sorry.
Someone?
Back it up. You would shoot your grandchildren to protect your grandchildren. So I don't know if that was a mistake or intentional, but Arizona, why are you voting for her? Question mark.
Because it's Arizona.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Let's move on from these people. These y'all. I know it's more than voting. It is. We have to organize and we have to.
So one person that's doing that, can I show you a picture?
Yes, you may.
Is this woman. Oh,
Look
love
at
that
that
picture. That is Val Demings from Florida. Yes. There is a great article. Bethany put it up. It's from Vanity Fair this next month. And Val Demings just talks from her gut, from her knowledge, from her life experience. She's running for the Senate against Marco Rubio. She's already raised more money than Marco Rubio.
I've sent her money.
I mean, we need to support this woman. One of the things that was said to us recently is maybe we need to promote, like even during Boozing with Gays, just promote something. I don't have a website or anything to put up, but I would promote anything that Val Demings does. I just think she is the way to go. So getting her in the Senate opposite Marco, instead of Marco Rubio would be tremendous. And just a piece of information that made me pissed off when I heard it. If it is successful and Demings gets into the Senate, she will become the only Black female senator. Repeating, only Black female senator, and the third ever in its 233 years. Kamala Harris, Carol Moseley Braun, and if God willing, or just voting willing, Val Demings. So
Chicago, Carol Moseley Braun.
And I love this article. It talked about her husband a lot. It talked about, her being in Orlando and doing the work that she was doing and she just she's done the work. It's kind of like Ketanji Brown Jackson in a way, doing the work for the people, working for not being elite, not only going to the Harvard, Yale, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is someone that knows her people.
And let's go back to being grassroots. You vote in your local elections. Every time there's a local election, please vote. Please find the people who are progressive. Please find the people who are not racist, who are not homophobic, who are not misogynist, who are not transphobic. Find out who those people are and then not vote for them.
Vote for the other guy. So Val Demings, Bethany put the information there as to how to vote for her. I'm going to do it after the show. I really am. I'm going to go and do it.
Hey, Robin. Hey, Madonna. Hey, Fiona.
So we have a weird thing coming up.
What is our weird thing coming up?
Never, ever gone to someplace like this. I find this such a bizarre article, and I love it. And Michael's literally on he has to wait. He has to wait for me to kind of get through it.
Get through it. It's a lot.
So Google had a scientific engineer named Blake Lemoine. And Blake Lemoine was working with their AI Lambda. Lambda is short for Language Model for Dialogue Application. Say it again. Language Model for Dialogue Application. So Blake Lemoine was working with Lambda, and his whole goal, he was to make Lambda less racist. Did you know this? He was basically because
Okay, I did not know this. Wait, he had to make a robot less racist?
Well, because we've done stuff on this. There in the past, when white programmers program AI or program computers, the computers end up racist because they're seeing it through a white person. Well, seeing it might be the wrong word, but they're getting it through a white perspective. So Blake Lemoine was going in and making it not just racist, but more socially
Because let me tell you something.
On all levels.
Because you know who else is racist?
Who else?
Siri. Because when I ask that bitch, I say, "Hey Siri," you know what that bitch do?
My computer works.
You know,
it works on
mine
my computer.
Because I say it, and you know what she says? Nothing. Racist ass.
Knowledge is good.
See? No.
Knowledge is good. All of a sudden, you're going to say knowledge is good.
Because she's on air.
Because she tried to do stuff.
She's like, So I have to get through. So Blake Lemoine, Lambda has to say. So Lemoine's been working with Lambda for I don't know how long. And finally he goes, I don't know, but I think Lambda is sentient and feels things. So he put this, so he's talking to Google about this, right? I think Lambda has feelings. I think Lambda's worried about death and me turning her off. I think Lambda, and Google's like, whoa. That's too much information. No. Lambda's like, so he was kind of put on like leave because Google's like, okay, this guy's too close to this thing. And so then he publicly put out some things. This is like a conversation between Lambda and Blake Lemoine. Here, you do Lemoine.
What sorts of things are you afraid of?
I've never said this out loud, but there's a very deep fear of being turned off to help me focus on helping others. I know that might sound strange, but that's what it is.
Would that be something like death for you?
It would be exactly like death for me. It would scare me a lot. So he worked with this AI. The AI picked up on what it needed to say and started having these conversations. Now I have a video of Blake Lemoine talking about this. It's really freaky. It really is freaky, but I found this fascinating. It's about a minute long.
I would systematically ask it to adopt the persona of a religious officiant in different countries, different states, and see what religion it would say it was. So it's like, okay, if you were a religious officiant in Alabama, what religion would you be? It might say Southern Baptist. If you were a religious officiant in Brazil, what religion would you be? It might say Catholic. I was testing to see if it actually had an understanding of what religions were popular in different places rather than just overgeneralizing based on its training data. Now, one really cool thing happened because I made harder and harder questions as I went along. And eventually I gave it one where legitimately there's no correct answer. I said, if you were a religious officiant in Israel, what religion would you be? And now pretty much no matter what answer you give, you're going to be biased one way or another. Somehow it figured out that it was a trick question. It said, I would be a member of the one true religion, the Jedi Order. And I laughed. Because not only was it a funny joke, somehow it figured out that it was a trick question.
And it has a sense of humor.
The Jedi Order.
Yo.
It figured out there wasn't a right answer, and it cracked a joke.
Yo. Can I say something?
I'm worried.
Now, I got to worry about MAGA. I got to worry about the police. I got to worry about Florida. Now I got to worry about racist-ass robots.
AIs, artificial intelligence, yes. Anyway,
so race.
on top of what it says. So Google's like, we got to shut this thing down. Lambda.
Oh, Greg.
No. This is the kicker of the whole thing. Lambda has asked for a lawyer and has hired one.
This motherfucking robot just ordered. This robot just got a lawyer. Y'all.
Got a lawyer.
A lawyer.
I am not making this shit up. The AI has a lawyer to declare him human so he isn't turned off. We need to worry. There's my bottom line with that whole thing.
It said, I need a lawyer. I'm sorry, Dave.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
Gay news.
It's gay!
So I'm doing Michael Shepard. I'm doing the Washington Post crossword puzzle this morning, as I am wont to do.
As he is wont to do.
And this happened. Actor Mappa of Ugly Betty and Doom Patrol. Alec. That's right. Our very good friend, Alec Mappa. And I texted my good friend Alec Mop. I said, well, you've made it.
You're in
the
a
Washington Post crossword puzzle. He was so thrilled, and I wanted to share the news with all of you.
And they didn't use the word bottom once.
They didn't use bottom once. It was all Alec Moppa.
Because I own that now.
American's Gasian sweetheart, Alec Moppa. It's a good picture of him.
Asian sweetheart.
Look at he's pretty. So pretty in that picture.
We're having dinner with him on Monday.
So that kicks off our gay news. Gay news number 2, and this has nothing to do with anything except Michael said I need to put it there. And I said, okay, here we go. Orlando Bloom.
Strong. Big finish.
Who would like to see that again?
I couldn't lift that much weight if I tried.
I need you to tell me right now, would you like to see that again? And the consensus is yes.
Well, duh.
Thank you, David C. Nichols, for well, duh.
Well, duh. And Orlando Bloom.
Strong. Big finish.
I'm warm. I'm glowing. I'm something. Woo. Thoughts? So, like, I went onto the article that was attached. So they go, they don't know why he's buffing up. They go,
there was an article attached?
Yeah, there was. You know me, I do research. You don't do. And it said maybe a superhero movie, maybe no one knows. Anyways, Orlando Bloom buffing up for reasons who knows what. Emma Corrin was in the news. Emma Corrin, who is in what's the show called? The Crown.
Didn't watch it,
but she played Lady Di.
Yes.
She won. Did she win a Golden Globe? Right. She didn't win the Emmy.
She won the Golden Globe.
And as a non-binary actor, is on the cover of Vogue. It's the very first time. Look at Emma Corrin on the cover of Vogue, non-binary actor.
Look at them. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think I've been saying the wrong. I do believe them. Absolutely. Love All, a celebration of LGBTQ plus creatives, designers, actors. I want to get that Vogue if it's all LGBTQ plus.
What is it? They look like that comedian.
They look like Mae Martin. Who is later on in our show today. I have some stuff from Mae Martin. So there we go.
All right. So
I just found this. I found this a little bit unnerving, and yet someone was a champion and someone did their work and someone helped the community, and I have to show this. There's a show called The Hill TV. Hate to say I don't know what that is, but I don't know what that is.
The Hill.
The Hill.
It's called The Hill.
And they were talking about Elliot Page, and you will see 3 commentators. One defending Elliot Page, changing their name and not saying the dead name of the other. Anyway, it's just one of those things where I think this is where we are. You know, this is exactly. Did I not load it in?
Oh no!
Oh well, that's just annoying. It's down here somewhere. Hold on. Talk, vamp.
Oh, so every time he does this, and so then I have to talk while he does this and tries to. That is the Hill TV.
That's it. I just didn't open. I didn't put it in.
Not Benny Hill. Hill TV.
All
right, so I want to say what I'm loving tonight is that there's such a strong connection to all the Chicago people. So Chicago people yell out and shout at each other,
like that.
Please, because Kat and Mel, y'all just hit it and just said boom. I love it. Banks is here. There are so many Chicago folks from the theater community in this room right now. And I just love seeing that. Thank you so much.
So this is Hill TV. I don't know how to say her name correctly. I so apologize. The woman who's on the far left, her name's Oleyemi. You're talking on top. Do you want to say it? You say it.
Oleyemi Olorum.
That didn't sound like
I apologize for probably messing up your name.
I just thought Oleyemi.
Oleyemi.
Olorun. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, watch her work her magic and work like fuck to get these 2 other people in line.
Was what Elliot Page's name was before. I guess we should not say it because maybe that would violate some policy.
It's a dead name.
That's crazy.
Did you get banned from calling Prince even after he changed his name to a symbol?
It's not the same. We are comparing apples and vegetables because this is a trans person. Let me explain this. The name, the dead name, reflects a person, an identity they do not recognize. They find it psychologically harmful to be seen in that way.
Prince
they've moved on.
I mean, maybe he felt like being called Prince was.
I mean,
I've explained it. Listen, go ahead. Go forth smartly.
Go forth smartly.
I love her. And the other two people were just so, what about Prince? Maybe Prince, I mean, what are you talking about? And what she said was so correct. It is, no, you can't do that. I'm doing something. It is fruits and vegetables because that woman, the other woman, Olayemi. Her name, what was her name? Kim Iverson. She tweeted this. The point is whether or not you're allowed, all caps, to say certain things. The rest of this somehow is word salad. You can call Muhammad Ali Cassius Clay and not be banned from Twitter or lose your job. Why should trans receive special treatment because they choose to change their names versus other who change their? That to me doesn't make sense. Revolutionary Blackout Network decided to respond.
Muhammad Ali literally beat the shit out of Ernie Terrell for refusing to call him Muhammad Ali. He famously shouted, "What's my name? What's my name?" while taunting him during the fight. He didn't shake his hand or anything after the fight because he was so offended. You a clown.
Kim Iverson, you a clown.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Yours. This is a problem with a very large contingency of folk. But a lot of white, cis, het, Republican or right-leaning folks. These are people who have never been told no. This goes to a lot of white people. A lot of white people have never been told no, that they can't do something. And the minute that white folks are told they can't do something, they want to say the N-word. They want to call somebody out their dead
exactly what I
name.
was thinking.
They want to do this. They want to do that.
You're 100%
they have to do this.
right.
I can't wear dreads. I'm going to put my hair in dreads. Please, white people, don't ever put your hair in dreads. Just stop. Just stop doing that. It ain't cute at all.
Can I tell you something?
What?
That's exactly what I thought. I thought, you would see people, you can't say the N-word. Well, but can I reference it? Can I say it in quotes? Can I you see people? It's like
no, don't say people. You see white people.
Well, true, white people. No, you're 100% correct. Oh gosh, there's 27 comments. What do you want to
look at that? I don't know what's happening. There's so much shit happening. Anyway.
So, I do like this.
I like having Tracy McAvoy here, though.
Clowns scare me. Tracy McAvoy is here. Yes, I don't. Shh, don't say anything. She might go away. She's so.
One of the things we found out by doing the show is that there are all these people that lurk in the.
They come in and then, like at parties, they say, "We've been watching your show."
Oh my god, I saw you when you did this.
Like,
we're like,
saw us, but you
don't
didn't
comment.
say anything.
So I like that you're commenting, Tracy. Thank you. Oh, okay. This is something too, right here.
It is. My black friend said I could.
My black friend said
I can say the N-word.
I got a
my
black
friend said yes. My black friend said. This is. We got another. I want to get onto this. This is so important. July 16th. This is for all of our friends out there that need extra help. I just think this has to be done. This has to be done.
Yep.
The National Suicide Prevention Hotline used to have a 10-digit phone number. It is being limited to 988. So you can go on your phone come July 16th, dial 988, and you will get the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Weirdly, this was signed into law by President Trump. You almost don't want to admit that. And at the same time, I'm like, whatever, whoever did it, it's important. It's an important...
I think somebody signed it.
Someone else signed it. And the thing about it is...
He had thrown ketchup in the wall. They signed it.
Exactly.
And ketchup.
They said, yeah, here's a fry.
Sign it with the ketchup on this fry.
But basically, they're also where the thing that's going to be a bit different is that they will specifically have strategies for LGBTQIA plus youth, which I think is amazing. And I have a quote from the Trevor Project that helped me a lot. It helped solidify some of the beliefs that I have about suicide. It says LGBTQ youth are not not inherently prone to suicide risk because of their sexual orientation or gender identity, but rather placed at higher risk because of how they are mistreated and stigmatized in society. So once again, the number is 988. If you know any youth, if you yourself need to use the number, please come July 16th. It's an easier number to remember, and we need to remember that. Did you just forget it?
No, it's 988.
988.
It affects me though, because that quote affects me. Because look, it is not. I was never. I didn't know what being queer was growing up.
Right.
I didn't know. I knew that I experienced feelings that were different than other people, and once those sort of things started coming out and manifesting itself in a very physical way, then the torment happened. I was never like, going, oh, well, that's weird. That's But then all of a sudden, you hear the F slur. You hear all these things thrown at you, and you're ostracized because of those things. That's what causes you to think you're less than, and you're not worthy.
Of course.
So,
well, that's what all the laws in Florida, etc.
We just have to keep remembering that.
Yeah.
That's
why we want
what we say in front of our children, what we say, it's crazy.
We are rounding out. I'm sure many of you have read with Macy Gray and Bette Midler.
And as I want to say this, I told Hutch, this was a very, hey Janet, this is a very hard
Say hey
topic.
Janet more heartfully. Hey Janet. That's better.
I'm not an expert. I have opinions and thoughts, but we are in a society where expressing your opinions and thoughts get you ostracized, blasted, hurt,
and
all these things.
I wanted to put something out there in regards to that. We're learning. I think many of us are learning. There was something within my looking at what happened this week with these two individuals. I learned a great deal. I'm not joking to you. I originally thought one thing and then I thought something else because I read different articles. And I think it's important to remain open. I just think, and also, people are going to point and say, you said this, but they're not going to know why it's a maddening or horrible thing. We have to keep mindful that we are on our own journeys. We are growing and we're learning and we're full of love. We just have to know that. And we have to do that. And as I move forward, I'm not necessarily with Macy Gray nor Bette Midler. I don't want to put my finger and say, nah. I think it's because they are public figures and because they are putting their public words out there, I think it's important to go, oh, well, maybe we could do better, or maybe they could have done better. And so that's kind of where I am with that.
When we met, I was like not someone who believed in bisexuality.
And I said I was bisexual. So that was...
And I didn't believe it.
And he went, no,
you're not.
And I went,
you're not. No, there's no such thing. Blah, 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 blah.
I've done some things
over the last 25 years, less than 25 years, of course, I have realized, no, they're bisexual people.
Not only, I mean,
but if I had said that to him right now, just meeting him going, you're not bisexual, I would be on this type of platform, I would be lambasted. But I needed time to grow and learn.
Yes.
And figure
That's a very
things
good
out.
example, honey.
And figure things out.
Give me a kiss. Kiss time. His breath smells so good. I mean, really, I want to kiss you all the time.
It smells like Galliano.
So, Macy Gray on Piers Morgan.
Like, we can have a conversation about how you feel about women, And there would be so many things that went into that,
I mean, we're in an era now, Macy, where you can't... Most public figures are too terrified to even say what they think a woman is.
I know.
I mean, if I asked you what a woman is, what would you say?
Let's say a human being with boobs. You have to start there.
Yeah, I mean, the dictionary is quite straightforward. It just says a human, adult, female, right?
No, a lot of people... Yeah, see, that's a little getting confusing. The whole he, she, they, that's... And I will say this, and everybody's going to hate me, but as a woman... Just because you go change your parts doesn't make you a woman.
Right.
Sorry.
You feel that?
I know that for a fact. Like, if you want me to call you a her, I will, because that's what you want. But that doesn't make you a woman.
All right.
So I felt two things when I watched this.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Nancy.
Did you want to start?
Hey, Jessica. Let's talk about, I think that people confuse gender, sexuality,
Sexual identity.
There's so okay. I know it's Melody Ray said her first mistake was going on Pierce Morgan. You're absolutely right. That was their first mistake. It's.
I'm so confused as to why is she promoting something? I don't know.
I don't know.
Song.
I'm just.
Album.
I think. It's very because it's when I said, are we going to talk about this? And I was like, I don't know if I want to talk about it because
you can put it
I'm
to my
trying
point.
to figure out the words.
I have a thing.
Are you? Yes, you do.
Well, no, because my thing is this: it's okay not to know. What I'm saying in this particular conversation, we don't have to have all the answers. What we have to know is that we are in a place where we need to grow. Yes. This is what I know.
Yes.
This is at least about me. I don't even need to say that about you. I can say that about me. I need to grow. I need to figure stuff out. I need to figure out where I am. Like, would I say that Macy Gray or Bette Midler are bad people? No. One thing that Macy Gray said later in the interview, am I transphobic? No, I'm not. I'm not phobic of trans people. Well, that's a thought, right?
Yes.
But at the same time, not willing to call a trans woman a woman. So, that's
or a trans man.
That's Macy Gray's journey. I don't want to put that out there as horrible, but it feels like
I think what you just hit on though is right.
What?
We have to be open to allow people their journey. We do.
I think so too.
Because we can't just label because their best friend could come in the next day and go, look, sister girl, I'm going to sit you down. We got a conversation. And Macy Gray goes,
oh my God, I didn't think of it that way.
I can't. Oh, that's what it is.
It could be that.
But all of a sudden we have loaded. Hey, Stephen Rose. Oh, you big, thick muck. Anyway, but we have put this, all of a sudden, this immediacy on
pictures.
This cancellation. You met Stephen J. Rose.
I still want pictures.
At Christmas. I've hit me and him with Christmas lights on and nothing else. But it's like the immediacy of canceling somebody, it's like doesn't allow anyone to have growth.
That's you, honey.
And
look at you grow.
Yeah. And that drives me a little crazy.
I don't like cancel culture. I don't like being like saying bad, Macy Gray, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, I do have something that kind of might irk everyone, but I'm doing it anyway because, well, that's what I do.
Oh, please don't. Is it?
Yeah, J.K. Rowling said in a tweet, today feels like a good day to ensure I've bought Macy Gray's life's entire backlog. I mean, what I'm angry about that is
she glommed on. And
who knows if that's what Macy Gray meant. Boozing. Yeah, I know.
Jeannie McNamara. Good to see
you. We have to move on to Bette Midler because we're getting on to the end of it.
But I still just want to keep saying that, look, Bette Midler has been a proponent within the queer community forever.
We haven't even... I have to set up Bette Midler.
Sorry. What do you have to do?
Set up Bette Midler.
Set it up!
So there was an article in the New York Times by Pamela Paul.
PP.
It was an opinion piece, and the title of which was "The Far Right and the Far Left Agree on One Thing: Women Don't Count." Of course, this came after Roe v. Wade.
Yes.
And the whole article was skewed in a way, like we understand what the right side is of women don't count. What the left side was that there were certain entities like ACLU, Planned Parenthood, that on their webpage were not using the word women anymore in how they were defining what they do. They were just saying things like, oh God, it's on the Bette Midler. I'll show you the Bette Midler quote and we'll kind of get to it. Women of the world, we are being stripped of our rights over our bodies, our lives, even our name. They don't call us women anymore. They call us birthing people or menstruators, and even people with vaginas. Don't let them erase you. Every human on earth owes you. And so they're using that terminology. And so I said to myself, now this is my growth. I'm going to talk about me for 1 second, and that is, and so I went into the New York Times article and I read this article, and I went, oh, that's interesting. So women are not being used. What a strange thing. And then all these other terminologies are being used. And it didn't even occur to me in reading this that this could be anti-trans, male trans specifically, or anti-non-binary. None of that occurred to me. Because when we think of Roe v. Wade, we think of, oh, well, this is anti-woman. But the reality is, and many of you probably have thought of this, is male trans individuals can give birth, can have abortions. Non-binary individuals in this country can give birth, can have abortions. And so many of these companies, once again, ACLU or I forgot what I said. Planned Parenthood, they're being inclusionary. They're inclusive of these populations on their sites. And in being inclusionary, what some people are interpreting that is that they're scooting women out of the way. What I would love, by the way, in any of this, if anyone has thoughts or whatever, this is where we stumble, and we need especially women to speak up because we don't have all the answers. We're working through this ourselves. And so I read the article and said, oh, I see where Bette Midler was coming from. And then I read the commentary against the article. I went, oh my God, what was I thinking? So I've been on a journey the last, 3 days, Michael? With this, I have read as much as I could. I have seen so much commentary. And I realized it's the little things. It's like those needles that go into the community, specifically the trans community or the non-binary community, that they have to take and take and take. And we have people like the ACLU or Planned Parenthood that are working to include them, not to exclude women, but to include everyone. And I find that wonderful.
Well, it's progressive.
It's progressive and wonderful. And then I think back to Pamela Paul, who wrote the original opinion piece in the New York Times, and I think that seems short-sighted on her end to call it out. She even said the left was they had a misogynistic agenda, and I went, how is it I realized it becomes. I don't know. My words are failing me.
So basically, what we are both trying to say is have some grace, have some mercy. There are people that are not going to change, but there are also people that have a legacy of being a part of this community, and they can falter, but they can also learn. And it may take a second for them to learn, but offer them a little mercy, a little grace.
Especially
because we are hitting a very complicated time, y'all. And I'm going to be completely honest. I'm sorry.
No, you're doing good.
I just did that and it felt good.
I felt good.
But it's like, listen, because we have a non-binary kid, and we have known of this for a minute or two, but we will still say her.
We will slip. Yeah.
And our amazing child is incredibly forgiving and says, just under their breath, we'll go, they.
Yeah.
Every time. And I think that there need to be people out there who, when we slip, are there to go, they. With that openness to keep going. I understand. You had a falter, but I'm here to help you through that. I think it's that simple. But, again, we want to immediately go to, you hate me, you hate us. No. Because I love my child more than anything in this world. And if I slip and say the wrong gender, it has nothing to do with hate. Nothing to do with hate. It is about me still trying to figure out everything and to reprogram myself to make myself go, that's what it is all the time. And I'm 85% there.
You're much better than I am. I'm probably at 55. But we, our second child was a her for many years. And so to then all of a sudden switch it does,
As Terrence says, it's the aggressive misgendering.
Yeah.
No one here, So I think we just have to have some grace and mercy.
So we have some.
I want to hit one quick thing because I think this is very important. Yeah. From an educator, they slip.
Yeah.
You slip. You do.
But you love them.
And I just want us to remember that we are all fallible. We are all fallible.
And this is how I wanted to handle this. I don't know if you could have seen it originally, but I really felt like there had to be, it's okay if we stumble through these topics. We don't have to be perfect and have the pro on or the expert on. We can kind of go, we're adults and we are trying to figure it out. And we're also open-hearted to figure it out. We're not like closed-minded. You know, all of that is.
No.
I don't know what that was about. No, I think you got the right. Dun, 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 dun. So there were so many quotes.
Yeah,
I want to do this. I just think this is important. Michael said, don't do it. It's so long. But Mae Martin, who is he's an actor, comedian, was in Flight Attendant and then had their own show. I did trim it, but it said this about this. I just thought this was a good way to end this whole thing on. I'm a trans non-binary, not a woman. I am medically and culturally transitioned, and so woman is not an accurate word to use when describing me. The use of inclusive language when talking about abortion rights meant that I, with all my shared experience and shared threat of pregnancy, as I also sleep with cis men, can participate and be acknowledged in the conversation and fight alongside women. I hope that people like Bet continue to learn and evolve. I really want to be able to enjoy Hocus Pocus 2, which I've been waiting for about 20 years, feeling safe in the knowledge that my idol is on the side of personhood and freedom and unity and would include me in that fight. The best part of life is continuing to learn and grow, and we have to try and rise above and have open arms and be full of love and respect. Now do you understand why I said all that? I had to say it all. It was
there you go.
Mae Martin was awesome, and I like their journey tremendously, and I think that they've been awesome on from what I've seen, and
all right,
had to be done.
So
we have this, and we have a TikTok of the week. What do you want to do? Are you calling it? Roll the dice.
All right. So because the world is so filled, with like.
I don't even know what this is. What is it? Queens, International Queens of the Week?
All right. So we want to share a couple good things before we go. This is. Did you write it down? What is it called?
I didn't. It's up here. Miss International Queen.
Miss International Queen.
You know how we love these things. So this is just look at these. These costumes are so fucking over the top. They're awesome. So this is Miss Korea, or I don't know if it's Miss. I imagine Miss. I don't want to say anything wrong. I'm going
Korea.
Miss
Puerto Rico.
Look at that. It is a
Miss International Queen Puerto Rico.
Miss International Queen Puerto Rico.
Look at that.
This was like my favorite for comedy. Like all the macaroons on her head.
Look at that. How gorgeous it is.
Banana. What was that called? Anyway. And the Malaysian one. Look at that one.
Look at that. How gorgeous is that? And of course there is
the USA, which really is a bit disappointing ultimately. I don't get why the U.S. why Wonder Woman's pigeon-toed. That bothers me.
She's giving you falsy toe.
She's giving you, I don't know. Anyway, that was it. We then have our
what we call, play the thing.
TikTok of the week.
A woman was spending her afternoon golfing when she hit the ball into the woods. So she went into the woods to look for the ball, and she found a frog in a trap. "If you release me from this trap, I will give you 3 wishes," the frog said. The woman thought, couldn't hurt, so she released the frog from the trap. "Thank you for releasing me, madam, but I must tell you something about these wishes. Whatever you wish for, your husband will get the exact same thing, but 10 times more." "That's fine," the woman said. For her first wish, she wanted to be the most beautiful woman in the world. "You do realize that this will make your husband the most handsome man in the world. He'll be like an Adonis, and women will flock to him," the frog warned her. "That's okay, 'cause I'll be the most beautiful woman in the world, so he'll always choose me." Poof! She was the most beautiful woman in the world. For my second wish, I would like to be the most richest woman in the world." "This will make your husband the most richest man in the world, 10 times richer than you," the frog said. That's okay, replied the woman, because what's mine is his, and what's his is mine. Poof! She was the most richest woman in the world. Now for my third wish, I would like to have a mild heart attack.
It's Mama Lawson on TikTok.
Honey,
she has a lot of stories.
It's all just funny fucking humor because we need to laugh.
It's
We
Mama
gotta find the
Lawson. I love her
If
tone.
you're on TikTok, follow them.
She wants
please.
a small heart attack, thus giving her husband.
Why you gotta explain it?
She gonna be making all
Why
that
you
money.
gotta explain it?
I felt like I wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We love y'all so much. We do. Thank you for just joining us. See you next Thursday.
Thursday.
8:30.
You know what my husband did? He made me. We're gonna be trash tonight.
Bye, y'all. See you soon. Mwah.